juicy. We're back. This is one of my wife's mannequins that she's doing for when she shows videos for haircuts, where your line's supposed to be, how it's supposed to hook together. It was just sitting here staring at me while the intro was playing, so I was like, hey, let's fuck with that. All right, we're back. What's up? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. This is the Benchwarmer podcast. My name is Eric. He hate me 702, and we got the man, the myth, the legend,
Jeremy with a G.
Oh, we are back, and there's been a lot of shit that has gone down, but we ain't gonna talk about everything. We're gonna talk about a little bit on a little bit, and maybe a lot on a lot. But first, we're gonna start with the crazy ass fucking DeMarcus Cousins. I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but DeMarcus Cousins out here rubbing ball sweat on people. So if you ain't seen the video, you can go ahead and go to our Twitter feed, our Twitter right now, and we're gonna repost it.
Look, I would have went to jail.
You can't even get it out. He said I would have went to jail.
I would have had charge. I would have had a bunch of charges. Cause there ain't nothing that would have come out of my mouth that would have justified you sticking your hands down the front of your pants.
Okay, so he didn't stick it in his pants, but he did grab his balls. I was wrong on that. He did grab his balls, but did not. He walked up to the guy, grabbed his dick, went like this, and then started flicking him off in his face. And then some dude came up and swung at him, and he tried to fight him. And then another dude gets, and then he actually gets, So if you haven't seen it, go look at it.
Wasn't it in a different country too?
In Puerto Rico.
Oh, in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. He was fined and suspended for the rest of the season. The fan called him a crybaby.
He crashed out over being called a crybaby?
And the fan was going, "Wah."
For real?
Yeah.
That's why he crashed out?
Yeah. And then he tries to crash. He crashed out even more when he's leaving the arena. They start throwing stuff at him.
I mean, he didn't even crash out over anything cool.
And he's walking off, flicking off fans, and they're throwing shit at his ass. And then the security has to tackle him. Yeah, it was all bad. It was all bad.
So it wasn't even anything. It was not even a cool story on why he crashed out.
No,
He crashed out to be a little bitch.
The fan calling him baby and flicking him off.
Like, are you for real? Oh.
Which is funny because Denali Gallinari was on the team that he was playing. So that's just if you ain't seen that, go to our Twitter. We just reposted the video. We had DeMarcus Cousins has been suspended for the rest of the season. And his basketball career is probably over. He should just chill out.
I mean,
I don't know how old DeMarcus Cousins is. But he's too damn old.
73 years old.
He's 34. He's too old to be doing that shit. All right. Next topic.
Oh, God.
What's up, buddy? I don't know what's going on with AB.
I mean,
We're about to talk about it.
AB's a fucking crackhead. Fucking weirdo. But what's wrong with the security guard? The security guard should go to jail. There should be an arrest warrant for the security guard. They should both get motherfucking arrested. Because how in the fuck did the security guard allow Antonio Brown, of all motherfucking people? We all know Antonio. Look, Stevie Wonder can see that fucking Antonio Brown is fucking crazy. How in the fuck did the security guard allow Antonio Brown to take his fucking gun?
Okay, so
Stevie Wonder could have prevented AB from taking his gun.
So the video was taken at a May 17th event, which is hosted by a popular streamer. I love how motherfuckers get arrested, get charged with attempted murder, but they still get to walk around on the streets for a couple months, for like a month.
Like,
after he, so he had an altercation.
A month later.
That's the first problem. That's the first problem. Going to an Aiden Ross event. That's the first fucking problem. Y'all motherfucking athletes need to stop hanging out with these goddamn streamers. Kevin Hart, I don't want to hear this shit. You ain't gonna host a BET Awards unless Kai can stream it. Y'all need to stop this shit. Y'all need to stop giving them fucking clout. Granted, Kai's good. I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty good.
I don't know. Kai be bringing people along and making people money.
I love Kai. I do love him. I do love Kai.
Kai is one of the only ones that be helping people along, though.
Yeah, I do love him. It's just so weird.
But this
so anyway,
is fucking wild.
After the fray was separated, the video appeared to show Brown holding a black pistol as he pursued one of them. There were no injuries. Did he shoot?
Yeah. That's how you got the attempted murder charge. You can't get an attempted murder charge without firing a weapon.
Well, I'm trying to see because this is a horrible report.
It was also in Florida.
That's true. That is true. So I don't know.
Number one, it's sketchy.
So wait, this post from NBC Sports on June 13th. See, this is weird. Okay, so it says a warrant has been issued for the arrest. Hasn't stopped him from posting on social media. It's unclear whether the police are actively looking for Brown. Given the seriousness of the nature of the charge, it's hard to see why they wouldn't be. So they posted a warrant, but they don't know if they're actively looking for him. Because he's still posting on social media like a motherfucker.
It's AB. He ain't gonna stop posting on social media anyway.
Dude, what a fall from grace. What a fall from grace.
I don't know, dude is fucking cracked out of his fucking skull.
What a crazy thing. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on that, chat? What do you guys think about AB out there? I mean, we knew he was spiraling downhill, but damn.
The security guard need to go to jail too. Where's the warrant for that motherfucker?
What did the security guard look like? Can we see?
I don't give a fuck what he looked like. Where's the warrant for that motherfucker?
Antonio Brown, guard, security's gun fired at victim. I mean, okay, but let's not act like Antonio Brown is a little dude, though.
Well, let's not act like he's fucking sane either.
True. But I mean, if Antonio Brown wanted to run up on, yeah, he'd have to get these hands. But I mean, still, I don't know how much I can do to that motherfucker if he wants to take a cut for me, unless I shot him.
Like I carry all the time, and I know where everybody around me is at.
That is true. You do know this, so I can get
like. I know where every motherfucker around me is at.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you can get a warrant, and cops will be looking for your ass. He's saying he was jumped by multiple individuals trying to steal his jewelry and cause physical harm to him.
So he ran up to the security guard, stole his gun, and then shot at people.
I mean, he could technically outrun probably all of them.
So he was afraid. So he can outrun everybody, but he was afraid of getting jumped.
Okay, hold on.
He was the fastest person in the room.
Wow. Yeah, and yeah. Okay, so Antonio Brown, DeMarcus Cousins have completely lost their goddamn mind. That's all I can say.
Bro, this world is a fucking disaster.
This world is just weird, buddy. Bro, I wonder, and I'm betting this.
Stop the planet. I want to get off. just let's go pull into the pits. I want off.
Hurry up, Mars.
I want off at the next exit.
Let's go, Mars. All right, so a couple weeks ago, we talked about this no running rule, right? How a lot of people wanted a no running rule. And, oh, I forgot my nephew's here. And just sort of random ass noise coming from the wall, but he's in the other room.
Was this a disrespectful one?
Yeah, he's here, but he's being good. He's actually being really good. So Turkish, whatever, the guy from Saudi Arabia, basically has said he's making the boxing ring smaller because he doesn't like running. And from all reports that I can gather, it is about a foot smaller. So, okay, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I would have rather had the stalling ruling than this, because this making the ring smaller literally benefits one or two styles of boxing and takes one style completely out. So don't get me wrong, you can still have movement, you can still have great footwork and do like Lomachenko and some of those other fighters. But if the ring gets a little smaller and they keep doing this till they get it, they don't like people fighting off their back foot, they don't like boring fights, you've basically eliminated one of the greatest styles of all time that all of us love. Like, we all love Muhammad Ali. We all love Sugar Ray Leonard. Like, you've literally eliminated a tactic. Now, not everybody loves Floyd. I do. But you've eliminated a tactic that is...
Why don't we just do the phone booth fights?
Well, nobody wants to do that.
You literally can't run. You can't run then.
We're not in Russia.
I mean, pretty soon it's going to get there.
Yeah.
Continue to make the ring smaller.
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't we just fucking remove all doubt and just make the fucking phone booth?
Also, the biggest thing is, boxing is a dangerous sport. You know, if you have to grab the gun out, unlock it, and then pull it out of the holder, and the guard didn't try to fight you off. Oh, that's a good point.
Bro, you're giving people too much credit. A lot of these new security guards don't have level 2 holsters.
Yeah, Mike Tyson would have. But what we also forget is young Mike Tyson had movement.
I mean, Mike Tyson needed a smaller ring for Jake Paul.
Young Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was fighting his fucking gloves. Okay, that's who was fighting.
Mike Tyson needed a fucking muzzle.
So yeah, Mike Tyson, but young Mike Tyson used movement like crazy. Had great head movement, great movement around the ring. I mean, he wasn't Muhammad Ali, but people forget his footwork is tremendous. So like his being able that peekaboo shell that he did, and him being able to get from one side of the ring to the other extremely quickly, cutting off the ring. Like a smaller ring, we might not have seen that young Mike Tyson. That's another issue that we have, because when you're young, you need that development. You have that development by having that movement and fighting other styles of fighters. So Mike Tyson, yes, he was devastating, immediately devastating, but he might have got exposed a lot quicker because he didn't have the benefit of chasing around a lot of those people. And there literally was nobody that ran from Tyson. And the people that gave Tyson problems weren't the people that was running. Well, they did run, but they got caught. The people that gave Tyson problems weren't the runners. They were the ones that would stand there and bang with him. Buster Douglas, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. I'm not going to talk about the other losses that he had, but those are the ones those are the main ones. Now you're going to you'll get a Buster, you'll get another version of Larry Holmes. You'll have that long reach where they'll still be able to keep that footwork and keep you at the jab. But you're not going to see a Pernell Whitaker probably. And Pernell Whitaker is one of the most technical fighters we've ever seen. Like, he didn't run the whole time, but he used the space of the ring with excellent footwork to duck in and out. I think footwork will become a lot more important. A lot more important. I think it'll take some time to get used to it. And I think what you'll end up having is the fighters that like to stay on the outside. They just won't fight with Turkish and TKO. They'll stay with Paul Heyman and them, and they won't get the big bucks. And we won't get those big fights.
They'll stay with who?
They'll keep their fights with Paul Heyman and all of those. Not Paul Heyman, goddammit.
That's what I was
Al Heyman.
What? Paul Heyman got into boxing?
So they'll stay with that Golden Boy. Even though Golden Boy and them like to, but a lot of the fighters that you're seeing, Eddie Hearns from Matchroom, are very, very good with them. Bill Haney. So you'll see more of that. And if I'm a fighter that likes to fight on the outside, you get a big fighter and you control it. You keep control. You give up some money to get that bigger ring. We forget that. I mean, we would not have had one of the greatest upsets in the world if we had a bigger ring, if we had a smaller ring. There'd be two. There'd probably be no fucking George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali, even though Muhammad Ali just laid on the ropes. And then there's definitely no Sugar Ray versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler, because they got a bigger ring size that allowed him to stay on the outside and then pick and choose when he wanted to interact. So yeah, you might not have those. Speaking of boxing, Keyshawn Davis, what the fuck? Dude, 4.3 pounds. The dude missed weight by 4.3 pounds. Did a Ryan Garcia. Like, I don't even think he tried.
How did he miss weight so bad?
He said he basically outgrew the division. That's basically what he said afterwards, was he outgrew the division. And don't get me wrong, you do see this, right? You do see fighters, like we saw it with Errol Spence, had horrible trouble getting down to weight. But you do see fighters and that their body just stops cutting at a certain point. So that could have happened, or he could have known this was going to be his last fight at this weight, decided, hey, fuck it, I'm not going to kill myself making this weight. I'm going to lose the title anyway because I'm going to vacate it and move up, and I'll still win the fight. And then his opponent in them said, you know what, we're going to try to make this work. And they said no. And they cited Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia as the reason why. They did not want their fighter to have an issue because he killed himself making weight. Keyshawn Davis did not, and he would be fresher and way more stronger. So yeah, I don't know how you miss weight by that amount of pounds. I have no clue. It sucks because it was in your hometown. That's also probably what happened. You went home for the final weeks of them, and everybody was feeding you food.
Oh, Mama's cooking got him.
Yeah, so it was in your hometown. It was your hometown debut.
Grandma was cooking.
So, and I mean, the guy he was fighting. You missed weight by a mile. You don't care. Lack of communication is respect. Also, he didn't tell anybody. He literally just showed up 4.3 pounds over. Like everybody expected him to make weight. And he showed up as like maybe that as trainers. But his promotion and everything were completely baffled by him. Yeah, he was supposed to weigh in at 135 and weighed in at 139.
I mean, he could take my diet.
And don't get me wrong. I get the idea. There's no win-win for Santos except for the payday. But then let's talk about what happened after Keyshawn Davis decided that he couldn't fight and couldn't make the weight. His brother went out and fought. And his brother got beat pretty handily by Abdullah. I watched the fight. Got beat pretty handily because it was on we were in the not Disney, we were in the suite at Holiday Express or whatever. Holiday Inn, and it was on ESPN. So I watched it and I'm like, okay, cool. And he was picking that dude apart. Good fight, very good fight. But I mean, it wasn't even close. And then afterward, Keyshawn said, well, shit, I didn't get my fight. You beat up my brother. It's time to catch these hands. And went over and tried to jump the dude, Abdullah. Just beat him. Mason Abdullah. And they connected because he had a knot on his head that was bigger. And Abdullah Mason, that's his name. And I was like, was that? No, that's not him. That's the other dude. Hold on. That's not the dude he fought. That's the dude who's supposed to. Brother, Keyshawn Davis's brother is Kelvin Davis. All of them were boxing on the all of them were boxing on the fucking card. Nair Albright. Albright was the one that he was fighting, and Albright put those hands on him. Dude, he put those fucking hands on him. And then Abdullah Mason is the one that's getting the title shot. He was promoted to the main event. They were the second fight. He knocked it. Ooh, buddy. Dude, if you haven't seen that fight, that's why I got it confused. Because the first fight was Kelvin Davis versus Nair Albright. And then I think that's his name. Yeah. And then Mason fought this other dude. And Mason hadn't been past like the fourth or fifth round. And I think he got to the fourth round and just literally started beating his ass. He just started. It's so lovely to see. Like if you don't know and you don't watch boxing, please watch boxing. Watch certain aspects of it. A lot of these sports aren't good. A lot of these fights aren't good, and a lot of them are boring. But it is so lovely and so nice to see, and so entertaining to me when you know this fighter knows this guy is cooked, and they don't want to rush in and kill them. But their accuracy and their punches are just so much better. Like when Abdullah Mason was hitting this dude, you could literally see like his body, like you could see the power, and it was just a jab or a straight. And you could see it. You could see all of the extension. And the dude was like, I don't want no more. It was such a good fight. But yeah, Kelvin Davis and them apologized. But I don't know. What do y'all think about that? What do you think? What do you think should happen to Keyshawn and Kelvin and them? Do you think it's bitch made for them to jump somebody after they lose a boxing fight, Jeremy?
I mean, what was the point of jumping him? I don't get it.
I gotta get my win back.
What way back?
Yeah, Abdullah Mason is supposed to fight Sam Yokes for the vacant WB lightweight title, which Keyshawn Davis just vacated.
Well, I mean, if you weren't a lazy piece of shit, you wouldn't have lost it. I mean, a couple more days in the sauna and a little bit more working out. I mean, you may have lost the 4.5 pounds and you would have been in the fight.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had to vacate the title, you lazy piece of shit.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so I just look, I do understand cutting weight is hard. I get it. I 100% get it.
It's your profession.
It's not technically because you don't have to cut weight.
Hey, you signed the contract. You signed up for it.
Just don't fight at that weight.
You know what you walk around at.
Listen, you got boxers know exactly what he said, what you walk around at.
You know what you walk around at. You know what title you carry. You know what you're doing. Hey, I got no sympathy for you.
If you are having, I don't have sympathy for him either. I think that 100% both of them should be suspended and fined. But
I think you should have to get in the ring with me and just say, just deal with it. Take your consequences.
I just think boxers, the weight bully thing is a huge thing. It's actually a real thing. And I think a lot of these boxers, like Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney, Errol Spence to some degree, were weight bullies. Arturo Gatti, we know, was a weight bully, where you would drop down and you barely make that weight, and then you jump up 10 to 15 pounds. So you're fighting people that are walking around, which is why Gervonta Tank Davis has so many rehydration clauses in his fights, because he walks around at like 138 and fights at 135. So weight bullying is a thing, but for you boxers, you know when it comes time. Y'all know when you're having trouble with this weight. Just fucking move up. That's all you got to do. Stop. This is an embarrassment for yourself. Keyshawn, this is not the first time you had trouble making weight. It's not. If you're telling me that, you're fucking lying. Then you're eating your mom's cooking. This is not the first time. Probably your last time should have been the last fight that you had at this weight. And then you just move up. Or boxing, turkey, Alashi, whatever the fuck your name is, the excellence of whatever they call you. Please do a favor for me. Cut the boxing weight classes. Please. Stop with this every fucking 5 pounds, every 7 pounds. Stop with this bullshit. I don't need a super middleweight and a junior middleweight. I don't need a super cruiserweight. Stop with the bullshit. I'm saying right now we go 10 pounds. We make it very simple. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then once you get to 60, it switches a little bit. Then we're going to go 15 to 75. And then we're going to go to 200.
Nah, Anthony, you ain't got to skip Thanksgiving and Christmas. You just got to go up a weight class.
And then you got to go to 200.
We're crying about it.
And then we're going to go to 215 for heavyweight. So light heavyweight is 175. Cruiserweight is 200. Heavyweight is 215 to 220. And then, I don't know, we go middleweight is 160. Welterweight is 150. Lightweight is 140. Bantamweight is 130. Featherweight is 120. Whatever the fuck.
And yo, mama is 300.
Yeah, all that bullshit, okay? Because then you're not going to have the issue. In order to make weight, I have to skip. Dude, I'm just going to let you know this right now. So the worst thing about being a wrestler is, guess when wrestling season is? It is literally October to February.
Wintertime, baby.
It is October.
During all the motherfucking holidays, bitch.
So I had
that shit used to suck.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, and my birthday.
I can't lie. It never sucked for me because I never had a problem making weight.
I only had one time.
I did have a problem making weight. I had the problem making the minimum weight I had to make.
So did I. So I only had a problem 1 year. That was my junior year. My junior year was the only year I had a problem. Every other year I was fine. My senior year,
I never had a problem. I never had a problem missing weight by being over.
Yeah,
I had a problem missing weight by being under.
My senior year, I had to wait. Like, I would walk up to the scale. It would be so funny because I wrestled 130 and I weighed 119. So it was fine till they gave you the 2 pounds because you couldn't weigh less than 2 pounds. So I would walk up to the scale eating like a porter sub sandwich.
Bro,
Right in
I
front
used to
of
have
everybody.
to, on the bus ride from the school to wherever the wrestling match was,
How do
I
you?
used to have fucking gallons of water, and I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to go to the bathroom
Yes.
fucking an hour before we left until after fucking weigh-in.
Yes. My
That
coach.
shit used to suck. I used
My
to be
coach.
pissed.
The only year I had that was my senior year.
And then I think the bus driver knew because that motherfucker would hit every bump on the way to the fucking wrestling match.
Boop. No, the only time I had that was my senior year because and basically what would happen is when you have the home meter before you get on the bus, they go and weigh you in so to see where your weight class is at. So he'd be like, Eric, you're first. And I'd be like, why? And he'd be like, okay, you're first. JV or whoever's not eating, go take Eric, go get porter subs for Eric. Or go get this for Eric. Go to this to get a Subway sandwich. Yeah, I always had to eat. And I'd literally walk up to the scale eating. And my opponent would be like, what the fuck? Because he's dehydrated as shit because they're cutting down from 142. Yeah, that was the worst thing also. Because we were talking about we had to gain weight, but we were facing people that literally weighed in. And then as soon as within 2 hours, they were 5 to 8 pounds heavier. And I know this because I cut down my senior year to 112. And I forgot we had a 2-day weigh-in. And that Friday I made 112 and immediately jumped up to 118. So yeah, that absolutely sucked. Okay, enough with the fucking memory down lane. But that's a great transition into Money and the Bank in the week that has happened after. So first of all, let's be truthful. Let's talk about the real truth.
About Ron Killings.
Let's talk about how the truth and nothing but the truth. Let's talk about the truth and consequences. Okay? Let's talk about that. So, right now we have a weird thing with the WWE. They released a superstar that everybody loved.
So they didn't see he wasn't released. His contract expired.
Yeah, they didn't resign him.
They didn't renew the contract.
Yeah. So,
but then the WWE universe was pissed off about it, and the locker room was pissed off about it.
Yeah.
And then Triple H tried to say it was part of the story. We all know it wasn't part of the story.
Well, his son came straight out and said, Cap.
Yeah, what? His son is irritating. I can't stand our true son. He's annoying, and his music sucks.
I didn't even know who he was until he said Cap.
Yeah, his music sucks.
Yeah. So then,
but
now they're working in R-Truth in the serious storyline of Ron Killings.
But if you watched last night, they're mixing both characters. They're mixing R-Truth and Ron Killings.
You have to.
So it's like he's fighting. Ron Killings is fighting R-Truth internally.
Listen, I'm gonna be 100% honest.
It's hilarious.
I'm gonna be honest with you, okay?
I love it.
As of right now, I don't like this storyline.
I fucking love it.
I don't. Now,
just because I like to see, I love seeing John Cena get fucking.
I did not watch last night's SmackDown, so I have to go back and check that out because of the fact of that would be a new dynamic to this whole thing that they're fighting on the internal side for Ron Killings to push him down. That would be a new dynamic. Because in my thought process, I was thinking, how the fuck? We've seen R-Truth for the last, 15 years in the WWE as a comedy act?
Well, 2011, it was Ron Killings.
Yeah, I don't know.
2011 was Ron Killings. It wasn't R-Truth.
I don't know.
You just said the last 15 years. No.
So, but most, okay, I'm sorry. For most of the last 15 years.
2011 was Ron Killings.
Okay, so 14. The last fucking 14 years, Jeremy. The last 14 years, okay? We've seen R-Truth as a comedian act. And now you're going to make a serious act. Okay, that's fine. But we need more than him I need some weapons. I need you to walk around dragging a chain. I need you to have I need something that is intimidating, because this seems like, and I know the fans in the locker room bring them back, but it almost seems like we're getting a Mark Henry type story, where Mark Henry went from a comedy act for years, and then you got the Hall of Pain, and he became very, very serious. But that worked because Mark Henry is absolutely a fucking beast in the weight room.
So
he's one of these.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting a 100% serious. You're not getting 100% serious Ron Killings.
That makes sense.
You're getting an internal battle between R-Truth and Ron Killings, where Ron Killings is, I'm driving now, and then R-Truth is still trying to come out and be funny.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
You got to watch the segment R-Truth.
That's what I'm saying. So I have to go back and rewatch that
to really understand what I'm talking about.
After you said that made a lot more sense, because I was even talking to one of my employees. Her and her husband watch wrestling, and we were talking about it yesterday. And she was like, yeah, I don't understand how he's going to be serious. I'm like, that's the whole thing. But this was before SmackDown. I also told them we were talking about Money in the Bank, and we were talking about Naomi. Segment into that. I also told her, she's like, I can't believe Naomi won. I'm like, my podcast partner called it. She's like, what? I'm like, he called it on the podcast a week before it happened. I'm not even playing. He 100% called it on the podcast. So Jeremy was 100%. I was
going to call it out and text to you, but you was in Florida.
Jeremy was 100% right.
In Fantasyland. So I didn't want to ruin your little vacation in Fantasyland. So.
Dude, that was, if you guys didn't see it, we'll come back to this. If you didn't see it, go to our Facebook or Instagram. My wife took a whole bunch of weird ass pictures going upwards, and she posted all of them in a reel. And then maybe we'll show it at the end of the podcast. But she posted all of them in a reel. And then also, you don't follow me on Snapchat, you should follow me on Snapchat, CHateMe702, because of the fact that that's where I was posting everything. Also, I posted a lot of stuff on Facebook. I also posted a lot of stuff on our Instagram account too. But yeah, there was a lot of things that we were posting. Had a blast. We'll talk about that at the end of the podcast. So back to Naomi winning. Thoughts? Who do you think she's going to cash in on? Or did I miss that on SmackDown too?
It's going to be Tiffany.
Okay. She's going to cash in on Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of these women are really, God damn it. Okay, fuck it. We'll say it. I've said it multiple times before. WWE has a fucking women division problem. None of these women are really, really good. None of them are memorable. I forgot fucking Tiffany Stratton was even had the belt. Like, yeah, Io Sky is amazing. I love Io Sky. Rhea Ripley is one of the better ones that we have, and she's not that great. Even though I do love Mommy. I love Bianca Belair. But, I mean, I don't like Laura Valkyrie. I can't stand her. I'm not a big fan of Tiffany Stratton.
Lyra Valkyria?
Whatever the fuck her name is.
It's Lyra Valkyria.
Becky Lynch is doing horrible work right now.
Oh, I see you changed your tune.
Hey, I'm allowed to criticize.
Welcome to the right side of history.
I'm allowed to criticize one of the greatest, okay?
Well, welcome to the right side of history.
So, there's just
I'm glad to see you've come to reality.
I'm not a fan of Jade Cargill. So, I mean.
Yeah, Jade Cargill, I liked her when she first started, but she wore off real quick.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm promoting my family vacation trip. Of course we had a blast. That would be 100%. Yes, Bubba. So you want to go outside? Come on. Okay.
I still think Bianca is the one who pushed Cargill.
Oh.
I still don't think it was Naomi.
Oh, and you think Naomi's covering for her?
No, I still think that story's not over yet.
So you think Bianca turns heel and her and Jade Cargill battle it out over champion?
I think when Naomi cashes in and wins the belt, I think that's when the story ends and the truth comes out that Bianca is the one who actually pushed Jade.
Got it. And then that turns Naomi face and Bianca heel.
So you got to understand. So
wait, are you saying they're going to try to do a double turn?
Yeah, because so you got to understand. So this is Naomi's last run.
Yeah, I know that.
Because Naomi has already come out and said that this is her final thing. She wants this to be her last run because she wants to have a kid.
Yeah.
So she's gonna retire shortly, so that her and Jimmy Uso can have a child.
Yeah, I remember you saying that when you predicted for her to win.
So I believe the end of the story is coming not long, probably within the next year and a half.
Wait, but the problem that we're having is you're saying they're going to try to execute a double turn.
I don't think Naomi exits WWE as a heel.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can pull it up real quick. Just answer that question. Bianca was not near her when it happened. So they show Bianca comes rushing out. I think Bianca was in a match. That's it. No, you guys, I hate when you ask for something and then they don't give you what you want.
Bianca couldn't have been a match because they had Bianca and Naomi walking past the scene on video.
They're literally showing Bianca Blair extras match amid Naomi, amid Jade Cargill getting pushed. During the episode, a match was left incomplete as Bianca Belair rushed to the aid of her tag team partner, Jade Cargill, who had been hospitalized following the assault. The incidents occurred amidst the high-stakes Women United States Championship match for Blair, Davenport, and Chelsea Green. So I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm trying to find the thing, but I don't know. I don't know if she was in here or not. From what I'm saying, she was in a match, but I could be wrong. So yeah, she was pushed off of what they see her on the damn car, and then Bianca Belair leaves the match. You got Bobby Roode in a suit yelling, "Help me!" Bobby Roode, shut up. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the way it happened. Then we might not. That might not be what we're talking about. Yep, Chelsea Green advances after Jade Cargill is attacked. SmackDown highlights. So, yep. Okay, so let's continue on to Seth Rollins. The Visionary. Oh, you were gonna throw shit at Seth too? You just don't like that whole fucking family.
Bro, it's a recycled story.
You don't like Becky? You don't like Seth?
Well, I mean, they are married, so
I said the whole family.
It's a recycled story.
I know it is, but still, it works sometimes.
It's I don't You think he adds one more person for what?
They need a fourth. They're gonna add a woman.
Who? His stupid fucking wife?
Okay. No. What if he added Rhea Ripley?
I don't get the whole story. It makes no sense.
What if he had it?
The story makes no sense. For like, what's the point of the story?
Okay, well, what about I don't know.
Somebody explain the story to me. Break it down Barney style. I know I'm highly educated and I'm very intelligent, but I don't get this fucking story.
He wants the W. He wants the
I
transfer.
feel like a fucking toddler when this story fucking gets brought up to me.
Yeah, Roman's coming in with his backups. We already know this. Roman's gonna come in. We saw what, if I'm not mistaken, tell me if I'm wrong. Did Jay Uso come to Jimmy's rescue on SmackDown, or because they were talking about the Usos brothers getting back together?
I don't think they're putting the Usos back together.
They're probably not, but they're probably combining
because
it.
Jay is. So they had Jay drop the title so it could be fucking
Gunther and Goldberg. I know.
Dumb fuck versus dumb fuck in fucking Night of Champions. Or
I know. I didn't even want to talk about that, but we're gonna have to. Let's just get it. What the fuck, WWE?
Like, whatever. Fucking.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't like Jay Uso
for fucking retards fucking retirement match.
I didn't. Well, he's gonna win the title from Gunther. And then Seth Rollins is going to catch him.
Whatever. I get it. A lot of people don't like Jay because he sucks on the mic and whatever. But you got one of the most over fucking superstars in the WWE.
Oh yeah, that bonds with the crowd like crazy.
And then you give it to the worst reigning fucking title holder you've ever fucking had.
Yeah.
You give him the fucking belt back. Like,
yep.
The most boring fucking title reign that I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, that's a horrible decision. The match was boring. I don't know how in fucking why are we still calling that a sleeper hold?
Like, whatever. Like,
we know what it is.
That's so they can have fucking dumb fuck versus bald fucking overhill fuck face fight for the fucking title so that the stupid fucking savior could cash in against a fucking 800-year-old man and win the fucking title.
But again, we had a sleeper hold versus sleeper hold match. We have UFC that we know what the fuck this shit is. Like, that is one of the most deadly moves if you get that on somebody and do it right. Why the fuck are we still calling it a sleeper hold?
Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. I'm irritated that they had Jay drop the belt.
I was
like, I understand they weren't gonna have him hold it very long anyway, but 51 days was a little like slap in the face.
There's no, and to drop it back to the same guy you dropped it to in the same fashion. After saying you tapped out.
Just so you could have him fucking fight Goldberg. Like, come on. Nobody wants to see Goldberg.
Nobody does. No, not at this age either. Yeah, not at this age. It's not good. Nobody wanted to see Goldberg for years. And I'm tired of this. I'm not going to lie. I'm so sick of WWE doing this. This is not fucking, oh, we're going to give retirement because a Hall of Famer or somebody wants to come out and have one last run. We're going to give them a title. We already did that with Goldberg and Brock. We literally ruined one of the greatest storylines I had ever seen in my life.
Didn't he come back and beat Brock in like fucking 10 seconds?
No, so yes, he beat Brock, but then Kevin Owens had the belt. And then they had Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho with the friendship, and then they separated, but they made Goldberg get the belt from Kevin Owens so that way they could have Brock and Goldberg for the match at WrestleMania, when it was originally supposed to be Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship, but they fought over the United States title. That's when Chris Jericho says he knew he was leaving WWE. and had to go to a different promotion.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not big on it. I don't like it. I don't like the fucking I did not like.
I get people didn't like Jay because he's not good on the mic, but
he connected.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't like Jay. I don't like Jay as a singles competitor. I don't like the way he's on the mic. I liked him better as a team. I think too much of Jay being on the mic is a bad thing, but I understood how the crowd would go crazy.
But I mean, you can't get better on the mic unless you're on the mic.
Look, I'm not even gonna joke around. I'm not even gonna lie. There is a moment or two when I've been in a store and I was like, it's 4 letters, and nobody would say anything. I was like, fuck you. So yeah, I get it because it was like a catchy phrase. So I get it. I get the idea, but you don't do Jay like that. Come on. Y'all gave up Jay the title and then bring Ron Killings back for stop. Y'all need to. I thought Vince McMahon was gone.
Vince McMahon would have had a better booking.
I thought he was gone.
If we're being honest, McMahon would have had a better booking.
The whole Money in the Bank was convoluted with them with Fatu fucking what is it? Costing solo the match. That was all convoluted.
I've been waiting. That's been coming for a while.
Yeah, but do you think they did it right? They could have done it in a much better manner.
I would have liked to seen it at WrestleMania, but
or like to seen it in a better way than he just walks out. Would have been more driving force to it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like Solo finally crosses the line.
It could have been a bigger spot, but
like I like what they're doing with Finn Balor and Judgment Day. How you can clearly see Finn Balor does not like that Dom has the title. And there's multiple times where Finn Balor's like, what? I'm just supposed to go out and take care of your trash? Of course, buddy. Of course I will. So I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
And you could see it happening with Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan. I like that storyline, that dynamic. But yeah, overall, Money Bank I wasn't that impressed with. And I don't know what from the news that I've been hearing from the rumor mill, I'm not liking the direction it's headed. I don't like Goldberg versus Gunther.
I don't like Gunther.
I hate Gunther.
His title reigns are boring.
He's boring on the mic.
It's always the same shit.
He's got a chop. And he got beaten by a fucking sleeper hold in 2025.
Like, whatever. Gunther's
I mean, again, it makes no sense why they still call it a fucking sleeper hold. Because they call the guillotine a guillotine.
Hey, whatever. I don't really care about Gunther. It's stupid.
Like, okay, no, hold on. Give me. Who the fuck came up with a sleeper hold match in 2025? Whose idea was that? To main event Raw for a championship title match. The last 3 to 4 minutes of that match was nothing but a fucking sleeper hold. And neither one of them tried to correctly get out of it, which all of us know how to do because we watched the fucking UFC. You got to fucking hand fight. How do you get out of the sleeper hold and then immediately get put back in it? Bitch, you got to put his hand off, get this shit. You got to control his hand. Hand fight. No, y'all just going to sit there and kick with y'all feet and fucking move to the ropes like a little fucking fish. I'm going to get up. I'm standing up while somebody has me in the sleeper hold, but yet I still can't get out of it. What are we talking about? Have we not watched any mixed martial arts ever in our life? I think that's what pissed me off so bad about that. That match reminded me of Hulk Hogan versus like Roddy Piper. Dude, I know it's stupid. I know it's stupid. The problem is the sleeper hold's not even a finisher. Are you saying I'm Charleston White? Or are you just saying Charleston White looks horrible?
I think Forrest Whitaker's left eye is calling you Charleston White. We know he's not calling me Charleston White. And
we know that. We know that. We know that. That's okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Charleston White is a funny motherfucker.
And he's got a lot of money.
He's got a lot of money. He gets a lot of views.
Can I hold a little bit?
Yeah, he gets a lot of views. So if we can get half those views, I'm down with that.
Hey, can I hold a little bit of money?
I don't want to hold shit from Charleston White though. I'm good.
I want some. I'll hold some money.
No, Charleston White will snitch on you for fucking crossing the street wrong.
I
Jaywalking.
I don't.
That is a vengeful motherfucker. I'm good. All right, let's move on to the NBA Finals, and let's just.
Is it tied up now after last night? I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's 2-2. There's been one blowout. So game one.
So is my prediction alive? I don't even know who I picked.
I think you picked the Pacers.
I don't remember who I picked.
Yeah. Well, I think you originally picked the Knicks to win the championship. So you picked the Knicks.
I did.
Yeah, so your pick's not alive. Yeah, you picked the Knicks.
No.
So
fuckers.
The Pacers, I watched the whole game one, right? And did not understand how the Pacers won that game. Like I literally I texted out to a couple people who were watching couple people, my son and a friend of ours that we have a group chat for basketball. I texted out to that and I was like, dude, halfway through the game, I'm like, this is a bad matchup for Indiana. And then they came back. So you have one game that's a blowout, which is game two, and then the rest of them are halfway decently close. Not complete blowouts. Tyrese Halliburton is the driving force, it seems like. When he plays good, Indiana has a better chance of winning. We all know that, but it seems like, and when he plays horrible, they don't fucking win. Miles Turner played shitty last night. Went 3 for 10. Tyrese Halliburton has 17 fucking turnovers in 4 games. He's averaging 4 turnovers a game. And fucking 4, yes. Yeah, so that's what I mean by he's having OKC's defense is giving him problems. Indiana, I think, is doing something very similar to what teams used to do to Kobe, which is why when a lot of people say we're gonna see the one true superstar or the 2 superstars, and then you're gonna see the role players, they're doing Chet has been playing well. He played okay last night, but they're doing very similar to what other teams are doing. They're letting Shea get his points. Shea's getting 30, 35 points, 37 points, but they're locking down the rest of the team. They're like, no, you can get your points, but we're going to shut down all these other people that you dislike. Meanwhile, it seems like every other game, Indiana has some bench player that comes off and decides to play fucking lights out. We know Seth Rollins is getting the belt, but Naomi might cause Garrow with it. Oh. Yeah, that might. No, but you can't do that. You can't give her the money in the bank.
Stop it.
But you can no. W motherfucking E. WWE. No. Do not make Naomi have a failed cash in. That is one of the worst and dumbest things that you can do. Oh, they 100% do. They have a much better team defense and a much better bench. But at the same time, a lot of their bench, I would say what's bothering OKC is they're still young, and it sounds weird. They do have Alex Caruso, but like they don't have they have a lot of their bench players they've never been in moments like this. A lot of them haven't been in the playoffs. So I think their bench is much better and much deeper. I just think that Indiana seems more experienced besides Tyrese.
Who do you think's going to win?
Also, last thing, I forgot about this. Can we please give Rick Carlisle his flowers? This motherfucker won with the Dallas Mavericks, left once they got after Dirk Nowitzki, right before Luka, and then came to Indiana and beat them.
Let me think about that.
So he's got a title with Dallas.
No, we'll give him flowers if they're fake.
And he might have a title with.
We're not giving real flowers out. Inflation's a bitch. I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it. You can't say that. How do you say that? I'm going to tell you right now, this is a 7-game series. I don't know who wins. But Indiana has not lost back-to-back games. since March. They have not lost back-to-back games in any playoffs. And normally when they lose, they come back extremely strong the next game. So I do believe OKC should win this series. But right now, I think Indiana goes back and stuns. Even if OKC wins game 6 or game 5, I think Indiana wins game 6 at home. So I think it's a 7-game series. That's what I'm saying. So if you think about it, what ends up happening is you have OKC. If OKC can win game 5, no big deal. I think Indiana might upset them. But what my theory would be, regardless, they're going to game 7. OKC loses game 5, they win game 6 in Indiana to make it go back to game 7. If OKC wins game 5, game 6 gets Indiana wins to go back to game 7. So I don't think Indiana's losing 3 straight games. And that's what would happen for OKC to win in 6. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's a 7-game series, straight up. I don't know, though. I wouldn't be surprised either way. If OKC wins in 6, that would not surprise me. If Indiana wins in 6, that would not surprise me. But what can I say? As NBA fans, can we please give a round of applause? Because this has been a very good final so far. Very, very good finals. I'd be forgetting that I'm technically starting work right now. All right. I don't know what else you want to talk about. Anything else you want to get into?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Nothing really going on in the NFL. I know training camps have started. I know the Bengals' first-round pick is holding out.
The Raiders just signed Jermaine Pratt.
Yeah. So I know training camp. I know. But yeah, there's not. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Did we talk about Aaron Rodgers? I think Aaron Rodgers signed right when I was gone. Let's talk about it. What do you think of Aaron Rodgers and Steelers?
I mean, whatever. He's 400 years old. It doesn't fucking matter.
I think that's a great signing. I think we did talk about this now that I mentioned it. When did he sign?
He just signed. I mean, he's already crying about the fucking helmet. Like,
is he really?
Yeah. He's crying about the fucking helmet already. Because his shut helmet doesn't pass the safety test for 2025, so he had to find a new helmet, and he's complaining. He fucking hates it already. Hey, bro, just go in your fucking darkness retreat and do some more ashwagandha fucking.
Look, I think it's a good signing. I think it's the one place that he's not going to be able to control everything, and not everybody's going to bow down to him. Because since Mike Holmgren left, he's basically controlled everything.
That's where he's going to cry, because he can't control everything.
Shamar Stewart, he's a defensive end from Texas A&M. Who, since he's draft pick, might be. That's what I've heard. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, they were saying something that he could opt out of his contract and re-enter the draft next year. I don't know if that's true.
I don't either. I think that's more.
I don't think that's true. I don't think they could do that.
I think that's because he's already been drafted. Now, don't get me wrong. I know. Well, hold on. So, wasn't Bo Jackson drafted and decided to go back to college?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but then you'd have to look at, has he signed any other sponsors?
Yeah, he was drafted twice. He was selected first overall by the Tampa Bay Bucks in 1986, but refused to sign with them. The following years, the Los Angeles Raiders drafted him in the 7th round. What? Yeah, he went from the 1st to the 7th round. drafted Jackson first overall, but he refused to play for them, believing they had sabotaged his baseball career. Jackson was also drafted three times in the MLB. They drafted him in the 4th round in 1982. The Yankees drafted him in the 2nd round in 1985. And then the Royals drafted him again in 1986. So he did not sign his contract. And he went to play baseball, and he got redrafted. Yeah, there's actually a lot of people that are saying that if this happens, his this could set a new precedent. So hasn't played a single snap, but he's already shaking up the league. 17th, the decision has caught the attention of the entire football community. Reportedly, he disagrees with the clause in the contract and believes it's unfair for all future first-round picks. The standoff is more than just a negotiation, whatever, yeah.
So, yes, but he would have to sit out a year.
Yeah.
So he would be able to be. He would only be able to be picked by 31 teams.
Besides the Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bengals want to add a clause that would allow him to take back some of his guaranteed money later on in his contract period.
Why?
This wouldn't be such a big issue if other first-round picks had the same clause in their contracts.
Why would they do that?
Because the Bengals are fucking stupid. He reportedly claims that previous first-round rookies didn't get the same contract that the Bengals are offering him, so he's standing firm. He said he will only sign if the Bengals give him the same contract that other first-round rookies have gotten. If he doesn't sign by the Tuesday after Week 10, he can use the rare NFL rule that lets him sit out the entire season and re-enter the draft. Isn't Henderson right now going holdout right now?
Yeah.
For the Bengals?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trey Henderson is a holdout right. Henderson?
Yeah, because Shamar said that Hendrickson, he is 1% wrong, where he is 100% right.
So if we're talking about Trey Henderson, he's actually holding out right now.
Yeah.
Due to contract negotiations. So he'll probably get signed first. So yeah, he'll probably. So they're doing contract talks right now with TJ Watt. And then I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't sign Micah Parsons. I may be in the minority. Yeah, and right now he's waiting on contract extension is going to cost I think Micah Parsons is the last one signed because he goes through Jerry Jones. I think it'll be Trey Hendrickson and then TJ Watt. And if the Bengals are smart, they hurry up and get it done before TJ Watt resets the fucking market. Yeah, of course, 100%. Parsons will probably get the most money, just like Dak Prescott did, because Jerry Jones likes to be dumb. Dude, I hope Shamar Stewart. Could you imagine if Shamar Stewart sits out, gets redrafted? Of course, he won't get drafted in the first round again. Probably in the second or third, maybe fourth. But then produces. How many other players could talk about doing this?
Well, I mean, it hasn't been done since Bo Jackson, apparently.
No, 100%. You're 100% right. But you got to remember, for the longest time, rookies kept getting paid more and more and more until fucking Sam Bradford. So we're only like, 10 to 13 years into the way that rookie scale contracts have been set? And we always see holdouts.
But it doesn't even make any sense why they would want to try to void future guarantees.
Because it's a stupid ass bangle.
I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, what would be the point of putting that in there?
Because the Bengals have gotten burned by a lot of draft picks. That's probably why. That's the only thing I could think of. You know, I don't feel like fucking working all today. All right, so while we look up some other stuff, give you some brief little thing about how my vacation went. We had a blast. It was absolutely amazing spending time with my wife. There were a couple times that I wanted to Disney World and them were a lot nicer with the smoking policy, so that was really, really cool. Like in Disneyland, you got to walk outside. You got to walk outside to smoke. You got to walk completely off of Disneyland property. Same thing with Six Flags and all that, because of California's rule. So when we would go to Disney World, we wouldn't even bring the vape in. We would just go and walk back to our hotel and then smoke when we got there because we'd go halfway through. So Disney World was a lot nicer because it's all in their park. So you could literally walk outside the gate and there was a smoking area. And then we had our vape in the whole entire time. Alyssa's vape bag kept going off. There was multiple times we got searched when we walked through because they only searched your bag if something went off. So there's multiple times that we went through and they would be like, hey, can you grab your vape in? And I'd be like, what the fuck? Yeah, so that was cool. That was a cool part. Had a lot of fun, rode a lot of rides, walked an average of 25,000 steps a day. I think altogether during the park days, we were there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. We did 150,000 steps through the week. And Friday, we chilled. So from Tuesday through Sunday, I think we did 150,000 steps. No, it's actually a California rule. I looked it up. So California has a law that you cannot smoke anywhere in like theme parks and stuff like that. So that's why all of Disney and them went there. Like you can't smoke on Disney's property, Universal Studios property, Magic Mountain's property, none of that shit. So yeah, I looked up. California also has a law that you can't buy menthol or flavored vapes, just in case you did not know. So you can't buy menthol cigarettes or any flavored cigarette or vape in California. No, there's so many kids in Disney World too. It's just Disney World, Florida has way different laws than Disney World do. So even on Universal Studios, we could not smoke on Universal Studios when we went there. But literally right outside the park, right outside, as soon as you walked out the entrance, there was a smoking section. So yeah, we had a blast. We had a blast. So yeah, California is dumb. California law against. So in California, smoking is generally prohibited in enclosed public places, including workspaces like amusement parks. However, some exemptions apply. Individual amusement parks can adopt stricter policies than state laws. For example, has banned smoking on its theme parks, and downtown Disney allowing smoking only in designated outdoor areas. Vaping, e-cigarettes are generally treated, which is so funny. Remember when vaping used to be, when they did it with vaping and it was like, oh, you could vape instead of smoking. You could vape anywhere. Remember when that happened, Jeremy, back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
When vaping came out and they were telling everybody you could vape everywhere? So it's Nevada, it's California's clean air laws of 2024. Employers and owners of operating business. California law prohibits smoking in the following places: public and private offices and office buildings, small business with 5 or fewer employees, owner-operated businesses, government buildings, factories, warehouse, restaurants, bars, taverns, gaming clubs, bingo halls, pool halls, hotels, motels, and other lodging. Outdoor, we're going to outdoor spaces. 25 feet from tot lots, playgrounds, certified farmers markets, public housing, and administrative buildings, public and charter schools, social media or social organizations, malls, movie theaters, gyms, covered parking lots, state-owned vehicle taxes, state correctional hookah lounges, if not licensed. What the fuck? Dispensaries, nonprofit. 20 feet from main entrances and exhibit. Well, yeah, 250 feet from any youth event, which a user is located in the same park or facility, which a youth event is taking place. Yeah, California's crazy. Yeah. You don't even know about that. California's got some dumbass laws. So nobody likes California. Okay. Anything else? Oh, and then we got on a ride. We got soaked. I didn't want to get wet. I kept telling my wife I didn't want to get wet. It was one of those log rides. I'm like, I don't want to get wet. If we're going to get wet, it's got to be the last ride of the night because I don't want to walk around in wet shoes and socks. And she didn't listen to me. We got on the ride. And we were on the ride for 30 seconds, and I immediately got soaked.
How long has Duke Tobin been the GM or director of player personnel for the Bengals?
Duke Tobin? That sounds like a 1920s baseball player. Does it not? Oh, my God.
Since 99?
How does he still have his job? Hold on one second, guys.
Because basically what he's doing is basically saying is if Shamar Stewart makes any kind of mistakes, they want to void his guarantees.
That might have been the quickest conversation I've ever had with that lady in my life. Normally she gets on the phone and just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks.
2002 to 2025.
There aren't any sharks in the pool. There could be. Depends on whose pool you're in. Wait, hold on. Too bad each state seems like a different country. Idaho will put you in jail for ATHC. No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't. I can tell you that 100%. I'm going to Idaho on Monday, and I will have my THC pen with me. So yeah, I do carry on, walk right through. I go to Idaho. Just to let you know, Jackpot is 45 minutes away from Twin Falls. They sell weed. Oregon is an hour away from Boise. They sell weed. Again, we've had this conversation before. I know where all the weed spots are wherever I land. So I leave on Monday. I land on Wednesday. I will not be going to a weed spot because I'm only there for a couple of days. So I got to have my vapor. You know what would be great investment? Buy a house near Disney World and turn it into an Airbnb. Yeah. Do you know how much money that would cost? That's not a great investment. I thought she was on a houseboat for a second.
Eric's so old, he probably got a house.
I'll be in Pocatello on Tuesday. My hotel is in Pocatello. So I fly into Salt Lake City. I drive to Pocatello. I will be in Pocatello Monday, but I stay in Pocatello. I'll drive from Pocatello to Idaho Falls, back to Pocatello, stay in Pocatello Tuesday night, and I'll drive back to Salt Lake City Wednesday and fly out. Yep. Our store is on Yellowstone Avenue. So yep, I know all about Pocatello. That's where I was at when I told you guys. When I had a meeting and it was clear, and then 30 minutes later it was drizzled in snow, and I drove that thing and parked it because every time I turned it was. Yeah, that was Pocatello. Who goes to Salt Lake City? Me, apparently, because I have a store in Salt Lake City. Yeah, I have a store in Salt Lake City. So I'm a regional manager for a company. My region is Idaho, Delaware, Nevada, and Utah. You work on Yellowstone? Av? Crazy. Small little world. Small little fucking world. Because that's where they put Delaware is not Dover, Delaware is not.
Don't let Eric fool you. Appearances aren't everything.
Yeah. So Dover, Delaware is fucking amazing.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Yeah, so I'm very, very familiar with. I've driven more through Idaho than most people have driven through Idaho in their whole entire life in the last year. So then I will actually be in Boise the next week, and then Twin Falls and Burley.
Eric is whiter than me.
Except for when the cops pull us over.
Except for what?
When the cops pull us over. So, yeah. All right. So, anybody else got you? Anybody else? Jeremy, anything else we want to talk about?
So,
yeah, that's a huge culture shock. Wait till you go to Blackfoot, and it's nothing but Native Americans. That's how much of a culture shock Pocatello is. You go to Pocatello, you have a mix between Native Americans and white people, and then you go to Idaho Falls, and you have a mix of white people, and then you go to Blackfoot, which is in between those two basically, and it's all natives. They white and bland out there. Exactly. Yes. 100%. And they all like to carry. They have dumb shit like steak fritters, which are steak fingers.
That sounds right up Eric's alley.
Dude, I've never eten them.
It's right up your
steak fritters.
It's right up fucking covered wagons and everything.
Steak fritters are it's a chicken finger, but with steak. So
right up your fucking covered.
I get off the Boise plane, and there's a Fridays going steak fritters. It's a thing. Every time we go out to eat with somebody from there, I take some people out the staff. They're like, "You got to get steak fritters." I'm like, "I'm not eating that shit." I love people. Yeah, so crazy. Jeremy loves Hawaii. All right, so if we don't have anything else we're gonna talk about, we're gonna jump off because I gotta watch this chat for people to not do anything today, and I got some work I gotta do. Why can't people clock in and out right?
I don't know. I don't have to.
I don't either. But there's too many people that need to clock in and out right. All right. So, Jeremy, whenever you're ready, you can take us out.
Put me in, coach.